tutorial, I'm going to talk about more confirmation on classic indicator, which is kind of unique and it's very unique, and what you need to confirm on your classic indicator before you use them, like more confirmations before you pick a trade. So with no further ado, before I start up this let me say something very important to you guys. Let me give a vital information. One, before you become a forex trader, there's things you need to understand. If you don't have those, if you don't do those things, I guess you're gonna be losing in forex market. You understand? You're gonna be making some losses, or some huge losses in forex market. Not everybody is not perfect. Even you listening to me in this video. So you looking for a perfect indicator. You looking for a holy grail. You looking for a gold somewhere that can give you, yes, this is a buy, you buy. This is a sell, you sell. Yes, you're looking for that, but not everything is perfect. So you that is not perfect, why you are always looking for something that is perfect, which definitely you cannot find in this world. Even you marrying a husband, your husband is not perfect, but there is something you love about your husband. That's why you stick to him. Even your wife, the same thing. Even your girlfriend or your boyfriend, there's something you love about the person that got to stick to the person. So because you have that reason to stick to the person, you know how to adjust yourself. You know how to adjust your way for you to fit into the place. That is exactly what is happening in forex market. If you get any indicator, try to make it fit into your system and fit into whatever you are doing. So let me get straight to the point. The first thing you need to do before you venture into forex market is this. Number one, find yourself a good mentor. That's the first thing. If you get a good mentor, I may not be a good mentor, maybe another person, your friend may be a good mentor. If you find yourself a good mentor, then the person can tell you what to do. The person can tell you the mistakes he made and make you avoid those mistakes. And by you avoiding those mistakes, you're going to improve more, and he himself is still getting more mistakes. If you keep learning from him, you'll be telling those mistakes you need to avoid, and both of you grows together. Even if you get another information to elsewhere, don't feel reluctant to tell him that as I got this information. He will make use of it. Since he's little advanced in it, he will get the information, analyze it on his own way, and tell you, yes, this information is correct, but avoid this in this information. So that's why it's good to have a forex mentor. The second thing again you need to tell you is also finding a good broker. The reason why most forex trader fails is they just go online, search for forex brokers, register their account, verify the account, and fund the account without asking questions about the forex broker. You don't know whether the forex broker is a scam forex broker, because in past few years we have a lot of scam forex brokers, which if you make research now, you see them online. Many of them. Not just forget about the one that they usually put allegation on, but they have many brokers that had just left. There's no longer online, which you guys need to understand. So looking for forex broker, you need to ask questions. Your mentor, your question, or anybody has a questions. Which broker is good? Is it a ECA broker or a broker that changes their spread anytime, that increases their spread from 1 to 5 to 6, depending on the market nature or market structure, or is it an ECM broker that has the fixed spread? How is their customer care applying? How is their deposit? How is their withdrawal? There's a vital question you need to ask before you venture. Okay, fine. Since I get this information from this person, let me go into this broker and trade with it. So that's what many mistake people do. They just go online, start broker. This broker they don't know how many years the brokers has been. They don't have any record about it. They're just picking a trade and start making money. I want to make money in the broker, and thereby when they place a trade, someone that places a trade in his ECN account will be in profit. Someone that places a trade in another broker account will be in loss, be a very big loss. But the other person have taken his profit. The other person is trying to take profit. The trend will reverse. You still hit his stop loss. So there's a brief question you need to ask about brokers before you pick it. That's the second one. The third one is depending on forex signals. That's the highest mistake people do. You always depend on someone's forex signals. Why don't you believe in yourself? If you believe in yourself in forex trade, if you believe in what you do, believe in your strategy, practice it a lot, you're going to make a substantial profit using your own, believing in your own self. That's why I find it difficult to give signals, because if I begin to give signals, maybe I can give the text signals. I just decided to give 10 signals. Maybe 8 of them will be in profit, so already lost. They will greet me. Next day, maybe the whole signals I will give, the market will go against me. Everybody will lose. They say, this guy is none. Now I said, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Get good system that works very well for you. Analyze the system. Put it into practice. Get the structure of what you want. Choose the time frame you want to place the trade. Analyze the market. Place it. Learn your support and resistance, price action, and practice with it often and on. Practice makes perfect. If Mayweather did not practice for 8 hours, he will not be a top boxer. If Sinner did not practice always do his practice, he will not be a good footballer. If Messi did not do a practice, he will not be a player. Name them a top goalkeeper in the world now. If he's not practicing every day, he will not be there. So practice and persistence always get something. So if you practice every day, every time with on Forex chart, on everything, understanding market movement, definitely quote me right, you'll be finding new things. You'll be noticing new things into Forex market. So me say giving you this video is what the practice I've been doing for a long time. Understand? I've been doing so many practice often and on. I've been doing so much practice often and on to find new things to find a new strategy, because every single day market pattern changes. Market makers changes their movement. You may be sure of this signal, that this signal is going to go buy. Next thing you start going sell. You'll be surprised. You'll be wondering what happened. When you check the past movement, there's no day, just decided to go sell and hit some people's stop loss. So the point there is for you to don't depend on people's signal. Even if you get those signals, analyze yourself. That's why in my Telegram channel I don't give signals. I give you I try to post the chart, but I told you earlier in my former video that it's hanging my VPS because I have a lot of places I post the chart. So it's hanging my VPS. I had to short some off to find a way and do it for a betterment of other people. So I publish chart, you see the signal with picture, then you have to go to your own system of trading, analyze that chart and make sure, okay, this signal is correct. I have to pick that trade. Not just to see buy Euro USD for so time, you just rush and buy without even analyzing. That's stupidity. That's a very big stupidity. I must tell you that. So we all need to, never depend on someone's signal. Even if you want to depend on someone's signal, analyze the signal and know. And thirdly, being greedy. You want to venture into market today, and in next 2 weeks or in next 1 month you be turned to be a billionaire or millionaire. Is wrong. Don't have that mindset. Don't have that hope mindset. If you have that hope mindset in you, I want to turn a billionaire within 1 month. Sometimes it works for you. There's luck. It works for you. Understand? Sometimes many people, 80% of people are being demolished by that such greedy and hope attitude. So you trade Forex, you may take Forex as a business. If you know the way you work in your office and everything, if you take the Forex as a business and what you want to venture it and learn, if you study it very well, you'll be getting so many things out of it and you'll be making good money, cool cash out of it without any disturbance. Let's say for example here in Nigeria, I know how many people is making, how many people are being paid for, like, let me say 100,000 naira a month as a monthly salary. But someone in Forex trading is making nothing less than 800,000, 1 million naira every day, or every week, or every 2 days, 3 days in Forex market. So having that greed in mind, okay, let me increase my lot size to make profit, is very wrong. Except if you have been in Forex trading very well and you know the signal is going to go this direction and you decided to take that risk, that means you have been into the system for long and you're ready to take that loss. Even if it gets against, if it gets a profit with you, you are in for it and you pick the money and go. Don't just venture into market and have that greed in mind to increase your loss. That's what kills a lot of people in Forex market. I've been in that situation past years ago and I've tried to correct it now. Be careful, guys. The last one is giving up. If you lose, put $100, you lose, put $50, you lose, without having a strategy. If you lose, maybe one month later you come back, you still start from the beginning to study Forex market again. Even if you lose, study, practice with your demo account. Take it as a business you want to make millions out of it. Let me right, if you stay in Forex trading for like 6 months consecutively time and practice very well, you make substantial results from out of it. But if you do it once in a week and get out, you won't get anything. For 1 year, you will say you tell somebody you're a Forex trader for 1 year, you have a lot of knowledge about Forex trading. But when someone says you to analyze a chart or analyze something, you'll be like, no, I don't have time for this. I don't want to do that, which is kind of wrong. You understand? Which is kind of typically wrong. So the point now is this now. And secondly, that's why I said don't give up. Don't give up. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. If you practice a lot, at least you have a drawdown of 80-20. Your loss will be 20. Your winning strategy will be 80%. That's why. And secondly, concerning mentorship, you don't expect a mentor to start fluctuating his account that is making $10,000 every day or a week or $4,000 every week. You want him to start snapping his car and start snapping his house to post around and brag that he's making good in Forex trading. Some mentors do that. Some people don't do that. You don't expect somebody that is trying to let you do it to start. Okay, this is my account for today. I made $50,000. Yes. Sometimes it motivates people, but sometimes you don't have to look into that. You don't have to look into someone's account and give yourself high hope of doing so. What you need to do is just to take yourself down, bring yourself too low. Even if you get to a lower class of somebody, you will learn something for the person and you give the person what you know. So get that knowledge there, give them what they have to understand. Don't start behaving concerning some mentors I've met, and I started being too big. Call me. You have to pay so amount of money to my account before I start lecturing about Forex, which is what? Really? Is that what you do? Start fluctuating your cars, buy bears. If I start doing so, then it won't lead me anywhere. And it's more like boosting. If you boost too much, you continue coming down. It's not like that. But living a lifestyle you want to live, it depends on the way you want to do it. So that you have different kind of mentors. So choose the best mentors you want to choose. It might be anybody, it might be your friend, it might be your close friend, it might be anybody. Mentorship should give you what you need to know. Even if you have like 4 or 5 mentors, they will give you knowledge of what you want to know. Gather down the knowledge, gather the strategy, make use of, find the one that you love so much, practice it very well. If you master that strategy, trade with it with a good scale out a money that you want to just say it's lost and trade with it. So I just named 5 things for you. 1, find a good mentor. 2, find a broker before you find a broker that is good for you. Ask questions about brokers and not just go online, get brokers and start funding your money. Thirdly, depending on Forex signals, take note of that. Don't depend on Forex signals. Always try to generate signals. Even if you get Forex signals or pay for Forex signals, you get signals. Always watch it and always watch the trade signals, analyze the signals and make sure it's the correct signals before you place a trade. The last one is being greedy. Taking greedy into Forex trading is very bad. So take that out of your head. Last one is giving up in Forex market. If you want to take Forex as a business, keep practicing different style of knowledge. So today I'm going to talk about another confirmation of using classic indicator. I'll still add the same thing in argument with few other things for you to see that practice makes perfect. So every time you practice, you had a lot of things to have more of 5 confirmations in this kind of Forex market. So without further ado, let's get started. Now this is in my script. Now you have the classic indicator, and let me remove 1 or 2 things and add few things for you to see. I circled something for where this arrow repents and she keeps shifting. I'll show you guys how I customized it for my use. I also tested this. I just circled it whenever it repents. I circled it whenever it repents. I tested this on the demo account. Whenever it repents, I circled it. Delete. Now I have this. I need to add 1 other indicator I have here. Excuse me, guys. Okay. First of all, I have to add this. Attach to chart. For you to get to see how to have at least more than 1 or 2 confirmations. Good. Alright, I think I have to make this. Work out this way. Okay, sorry for wasting your time, guys. So I want you guys to understand something. I want you guys to start making money. At least if it is $50 a target a day, even if it's 1 or 2 trade with good lot size, you are good to go. Okay, this should be currency pair. All right. Okay, good, nice. All right, remember this is Fisher, it doesn't repent. These 2 Fisher and FS Gani, it doesn't repent. Thanks to a friend that gave me this, because if you look close to this point now, remember I told in my past video that every support and resistance is being tested. I don't want to repeat that in this same video, but to show you that you can use another confirmation, you can use another confirmation to trade a classic indicator. Remember, I placed this here yesterday. This white arrow appeared here yesterday. Sorry, appeared not yesterday. Sorry guys, not it appeared here some few days back, like somewhere here. It appeared somewhere here some few days back. So I have to circle it out as a sell trend. It appeared as a sell trend. I have to circle it out. I check this, still buying. I check this, still buying. Still green, still buying. I just kept white. Next thing, it appeared here again. I checked here, it's still buying. I checked here, still buying. I ignored it. Now the last appear it did was there. It appeared this spot. Now I checked this trend to confirm whether this strategy works very well. I checked this trend. I checked this. Let me switch over to this line. I checked this sell signal, I said, wow, this is going to a lower low because this is a higher high, higher low, lower low, or high low also. I said, wow, this should be a correct entry. And then this now turned white because here it's began to range a little, like, you know, see this brown stuff here. Now it now turned white. Now this first one came down to red, which is this third candlestick here. And I'll say, wow, this is the final entry of this movement. So even if you enter a trade here on 1 hour time, so this is 4 hours time frame, guys. This is 4 hours. Sorry, guys, on 4 hours time frame, you switch down to this plus. This is more than 40 pips already. So if you pick that trade in 40 pips or more before another reversal, maybe you set here as your 47 pips or so. If you enter the trade, you just set 30 pips of profit. Definitely you're going to be in profit. Definitely it's going to be in huge profit, depending on the capital you used. Let me switch out to 1 hour time frame. It works well in every time frame. Now let's take a look at this now. You see this big arrow here, this white arrow here. Now let's take a look at this white arrow here. Let's see something now. See this reversal. The reversal, this signal has occurred here before, guys. Occurred here before as a reversal, as a buy trend, but the white arrow did not appear. This one came down, it shifted. This one, it shifted from this place again, and it shifted from this. I'm not talking about the white arrow. I'm talking about this blue, red, and star arrow. Now, when it shifted to this place as a buy signal, here is still sell. Here is still sell. You don't take a trade. You wait. So I circled it in the order of my computer as I marked it. I marked this when it shifted again. I marked this same place because this is my training computer where I lecture. So I marked it here. I marked the second one. This is the last one. I marked it. No, now this super signal appeared as a buy. I said, well, since this one is still sell, this one is still white, which is a sell, I have to hold on to until I see a perfect entry of this one turns green and this one turns green, and the thing turned green after testing this word. After testing, ranging on this word. Now coming to this spot now here, he gave a buy signal. So that means this and this doesn't repent. And if this is more like 1 or 2 confirmation, thereby having this future prediction pointing up, which gives you 1 confirmation, 2 confirmation, 3 confirmation. Maybe in this candlestick here, you pick a trade. If you pick a trade from this spot to this spot, imagine 20 pips profit. If you decide to hold for a very long swing, you can hold for, like, maybe this spot here. This should be 113 pips from here to here, I suppose, from here to this spot. If you are a swing trader, you can hold for this 100 and is it? Yeah, almost 110 pips or so. It will hit your TP and you get out. You keep holding, depending on the way you trade. So that is how I confirm. Then if you want to add more confirmation to this class indicator, it's very simple. You need to play around with things. You need to play around with things. Remember, this is, it's just giving me this fsgani.com. This is a paid indicator. You guys should Google about it and know more about it. It's a paid stuff property of this thing. It's a paid stuff indicator. Okay. So if you want to add more confirmation now, for you to say, okay, I want to confirm this full time, that I want to have like 4 confirmations. This has given you 1. This has given you 2. Future prediction has given you 3. Now let me add something for you guys, for you to see what I'm talking about. Let me add moving average of 7. Let me turn this moving average blue color. Okay. See the moving average of blue. Let me add another moving average if you want to have like 3 or 4 confirmations on your trade. 14, which is simple, close. Let me turn this color to red. You click OK. Now everything is now clear for you. You need to have like 4 or 5 signals. Now let's take a look at this now. At this spot, let me use this as a reversal. At this spot, remember, this has been repenting. For example, this white arrow now, this big one has been repenting from here. It jumped to this price and lastly jumped to this spot again before it began to drop down. Now, for you to have a complete end reversal, complete signal here, when you watch through, remember, I'm not doing this because this doesn't repent. Some people will say, after the trend, it just gave the red color. It's not doing that. This indicator is not doing that. You understand? Many of you have been using this indicator like FS Gani confirmation. You have to Google about it and know what it does. Fisher, I've been using Fisher, doesn't repent very well. It does not repent, guys. Fisher, I've been using it for some while now. For a while now, it doesn't repent. It just gives you direction of it. If the short signal give you a short ranging signal, for example, something like this, you see that? But if you have a good setup, you can use it. Now I've added like 1, 2, 3, and 4 confirmations. Now let's take a look at this moving average. This is 14 and 7. Coming to this spot here now, you see a crossover blue, 7 crossover 14. It gave you a buy signal. Beast arrow gave you a buy signal. This also give you a buy signal. You wait, confirm by these two stuff. If you get a perfect entry like, yeah, this is going to buy, you pick a trade. Maybe you pick a trade and you pick a trade and said know your testing mode. If it's testing this stuff and it gave you another reversal trend, you don't have to do that, because it went up to this spot without testing this reversal. The news short, spike news came down, tested this reversal before it goes back to test this one. Remember, guys, I told you guys about what? Price action, stop and resistance. Now I'm coming to this spot now. See this one? You see this here? And you see this here? All of them are being what? Tested. Sorry, guys. All of them are being what? Tested. See that? See this upper one? See this one? Before it took place, ranged a lot. How many days? This is 1 hour time frame. It ranged so much for how many time frame, for how many hours, maybe 2 or 3 days before it began to take a move. Like, and the move we took was just 1, 2, 3, 4 few hours, and you are in profit. So intraday traders can do this. Some scalpers can also scalp 1 hour time frame and get out, and swing traders can hold for a while, for weeks, for a very long time. That is for swing traders. So remember, guys, everything here must be tested, and that's it. So I don't have to repeat what I just did in my former video. Remember to learn how to analyze the market the way you want to analyze it. You can also check day one if you want to find a moving trend on how the trend moves before you pick a trade. So that's just it. Now, since I've added 4 more conditions, you have your moving average 7 and 6. So this is an uptrend. You pick the trade. This signal came up. When you see this signal, don't just pick a trade. Some people pick a trade when they see this signal and say this indicator repents. That's the highest mistake people do. You get classic indicator, you don't have any confirmations, you just have big signal, arrows, future prediction. That's all. You want to trade with it without having any confirmation. But you yourself know, some people, when you get the indicator, people will tell you this indicator repents without you having that time to test it out. You tested the demo account, or you use your live account to test it, and repent. You lose a lot of money, and they say this indicator repents, you throw it away without using your head to find more stuff. Know that that's going to make it work for you very well, to find more confirmations. The former last video I did, I tested it for weeks now, because I know the person posted the indicator. I always posted the indicator, his system on a system in his channel. I picked it. Many people in my group, maybe some people are there in Smart Trader Indonesia group where they speak Indonesian language. If you understand Indonesian language, you can get into that group. So if you are good at converting, you can get into that group and convert their talk and understand what they are saying. Then just take a look at that. Then see another reversal here. B super signal came out at red. Remember, this arrow has been repented from here, and got to this point. Now the buy repented from here as a sell, right? Maybe you entered a sell, but this crossover, you entered a sell, you hold. You entered a sell, you hold, because this gave you whites for a sell. Remember, this sell here is not wrong, because this one turned white, because here was a sell. From here to here, just more like 20 pips, and it has been ranging for a while. Now it picked a buy trend here. This arrow that was here shifted to this point. It picked a buy signal here. This will give you a signal. This also Fisher. Fisher is also there. Fisher doesn't give a signal though, but this gives you a signal. Then you check your Fisher and other confirmations. So this gives a signal. This super signal give a signal of reversal. If you want to set the signal, you can highlight it and come to enter signal, edit, and you go, is it entry enter signal? Yes, it does an alert, guys. Sorry, it does an alert. Breakout. Sorry, breakout signal. It should be breakout. Input is alert. This has an alert, guys. B super signal, right? I'm right. Okay. Yeah, you can set alert. breakout signals, you can set alerts through. If you want to set alert, you can set it through. Then this one too has an alert. The alert is on. Which other one? Future prediction, you can watch it yourself. You can, if you get alert from this and this, then you come back and watch your future prediction and pick a trade. So there's not much to explain here. I've added just trade confirmation for me to pick a trade and hold. Then coming to this spot again, let me clear something out. You see this normal swing, normal stuff here, normal this crossover in, you see this moving average here. It did not occur here because it's still an upward trend. Even if you get this kind of signal like the crossover, this will tell you that this is not a real crossover, it's just a fake out crossover. Now a real crossover came down here. This confirmed it to a little sell. So if you catch an entry maybe here, you can scalp it and go out, because you know this is an upward trend, guys. Know the trend before you do anything. Now let me finally add one other thing for you to understand where my point is coming from. Okay, this is supposed to be smoothed. Look, let me leave it as smoothed. You see that? You see this, guys? So this is 200 moving average. Now below it you have a buy. You pick that trade, and to this spot now it came down for a sell on top of 200 moving average. When you pick that as a sell, you watch your confirmations. Even if you want to scalp it, some people will scalp this kind of thing like this. Now maybe you say their stop loss as a reversal is wrong, because it has crossed up to an uptrend to turn to an uptrend. Now below here you have another buy signal. So your mind will tell you that this is ranging, because it's trying to balance up the former support behind. It's trying to balance up the former support behind. Take note of that. Everybody has his own way of analyzing market. So as long as it's balancing up, it picked another buy trend again. So in ST indicator, the indicator I showed you guys before, it will give you this signal and also give you this signal too. So it's not left for you to scalp it and go and kick off with your trade of your movement or your trade. Now to this spot again, remember I drew a line of former resistance you want to test up and ranged on top of that resistance, which give you a buy. From here it began to buy. It picked a buy signal. This turn green, pick a trade and hold. This was a nonsense spike that news always give people. But you pick a hold, and to this spot, to this area. Now here he gave a fake out. This moving average 7 and 14, 7 crosses over 14. He gave a fake out, retracement, but still here is still buying. Here is still green. To this spot where the complete reversal came in, and from here to here he gave a sell signal. You don't enter, because here he gave a sell signal here. See that? And but still is an uptrend. This is an uptrend. Where the downtrend started was when it turned white. As it turned white, there's still a small blue button here. So you just keep hanging on. Maybe you set your time like 2 or 3 hours. Let me check. 2 or 3 hours you checked. Maybe you get a lot in this one. You check again. Okay, fine. This has not done right. Let me wait for it. Let me see what will happen. It will trace back. Some people will enter when they get this signal. They will enter. It will go back and start going back again. They say, this is a wrong trade. Though. Let me jump out. It's still going up. Maybe you just jump out of the trade and to drop down again. You say, already I know now. I've done that. First of all, the last video I said, hold on your trades. So that's how simple you can combine your and understand and have a accurate entry of your classic indicator. So the next video I'm going to talk about is Agimat, how to add this to Agimat, and a few other things. I'm going to add the Agimat for a system for you to have a good trading system. Even if you have this and add this to a system, if you can add a moving average of 50, maybe 50, 14, make it work. May have that strategy and make it work out for you. Some people may add MACD, MACD, like MACD 12. Let me say let me use 12, 16, 18 close. That's MACD. You see that MACD gave a buy trend, confirmed by a buy trend here, another buy trend here, another sell trend. You can use MACD with movement type. Give a sell trend here. The sell commence from here. Entry commence from here. This gave a down. This gave down trend also. You pick the down. You pick the sell trend. You hold for a while. Confirm here a buy trend occurred here, which shows this doesn't repent. Give a buy trend. A little buy trend came up here, and from there it dropped down for as a sell, which this place turned white. Correct. right, and pick up a buy trend again from here. All of them confirmed it, the entry. Even the moving average here confirmed the entry, which was a new spike. Went up again. Now look at the final trend here, which is a sell trend. The moving average crosses over red, which is here. You confirm that. One, you wait. Second one, future prediction gives you that downtrend. You hold and wait and see what's going to happen, whether it's going to fake out or adjustment. Definitely, you are definitely sure you want to put your take profit at this first zone here. If you pick that, maybe short peep, you pick first take profit, second take profit, third take profit, and final take profit should be in the past support you have, which is here. That means my prediction was right. If I entered the trade, my prediction was right, because if this enters, I entered a trade here. When it came down to this resistance with this ranging zone where it ranged before it spiked up again, this ranging zone, maybe I entered at this spot. When it turned red, I picked a trade. My first TP will be here. It came down to this spot and tested this resistance here, ranged again, came down again and tested this one here, ranged again, and the last kept coming down, came down to this spot and is ranging. Then what is in that direction? The future prediction is pointing up, and they still have a long sell. But this means this is going to sell a little. And if you check 4 hours time frame, there's still another resistance, which means they're still going to test, or it's just going to break out. You see, test this one. So that means it's still going to go down. Maybe you're going to test this one again, but it's not going to go like that. It's going to come down, retrace, come down again to test this. Maybe test finally this. If you break this out, you wait for the full breakout to occur before you pick a trade, or you wait for a full complete reversal before you pick up an uptrend, which is very simple and very straight. So that's a very simple way to understand how to trade. So I don't have any much thing to talk about this classic indicator. I'll be giving the strategy ways for you to use classic indicator and trade. You don't just get the indicator that say it's buy and sell. Remember, guys, indicator that repents gives signal, but what it does is you wait for it to complete the signal before you pick it, and have more confirmation that will help you complete that signal with your head and how that strategy that will help you complete that signal. Agemat also gives signal 1 hour, 4 hour time frame. You go 4 hour, 1 hour and 4 hours time frame. You also have some confirmations you need to have to complete that signal and say yes, one, this moving average has crossed, confirmed it for me, good, and there's a very big white space here. Say okay, it's a full confirmation of downtrend, fine. This future prediction has master equation have confirmed it. That's awesome. This one have confirmed itself. This one have confirmed sell. If you can add MACD, you can add any other thing confirmation like moving average. You can add or RSI language or RSI indicator, or you can add the Payapa there, moving average, multiple moving average 12, 7, 13, then crossing over 200 or crossing over 50 or crossing over 100 or 150. Then you have your full confirmation. Then you can pick a trade, and in a day, if you are using a close loss size and you can pick a trade for like 50 pips in a day, just watch it. Set your TP, take your stop loss. Don't just stay on trade and start watching it. You may get high tension. Just pick that trade, set your TP, set your take stop loss, close up the trade and do other things. Maybe in a little 1 or 2 hours, you just open it and check your trade. If you're in profit, you say, well, that's a good profit. Then you can bring your stop loss to break even. You can bring your stop loss. Maybe you set your stop. Maybe you enter the trade this spot. You put your stop loss here, and trade went down to this spot. You bring your stop loss to where you enter the trade, and the trade continue coming down. You bring your stop loss to where you have the ranging pattern and leave it there. Or maybe you can take short profit. If you use 0.3, you take 0.2, and you still leave 0.1 to run for you. You come here and put your stop loss and let it run. Even if you bounce back to either stop, take profit in next hour or few hours, you are still in profit. So in next few hours, you watch again, you're still moving in take profit, and you got a complete reversal trend. I say, wow, I'm good to go. Let me close this out to trade and wait for a complete reversal for me to pick a profit. So in a day, you can do intraday trading and make some cool cash depending on your analysis and your lot size, depending on the pairs you trade. So that's the fact, and that's the point about trading forex. It's very simple for me, but forex is tricky. Very simple. Volatility, another way, is tricky, but it's kind of I took it as a business. I took it as something I know, I want to know, and I practice with it every moment, every time. I combine things together for me to give for an accurate entry. And I don't teach what I don't practice. I don't teach what I don't test. Remember, before I thought about this indicator, I have it a long time ago, but I had to find a way to make it work because I know it depends a lot. So when I find a lot of way to make it work and give some at least 60% good entry, 70% good entry, 30%, I have to do video about it. The past indicator I talked about, smart trader Indonesia, last video indicator I talked about, which is STI indicator. There's version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, maybe version 6 is going to come out by the owner, Cyber 22. A credit to him. and he's been doing that work and be giving the system free, because that's what he uses. He's giving it to people free, publishing it in his channel for people to download and use. And you find a way to add more things to it for your confirmation, you do that. Now I did a video on that because I've tested it for like 3 or 4 weeks. It works, because when you listen, I just got it and tested it to some strategies, and I found out that this is a cool indicator. That's why you saw. That's why the last video came out. So the best thing you need to do just to get a good stuff. Practice. You don't just use one. I got this indicator. I also want to use only it and trade. No, don't do that. That's the one thing most people do. Don't try that. So guys, I think I've done enough on this. I've talked a lot on this classic indicator. Find a way. If you have classic indicator, have more confirmations. Get it up for you. If you are tired, if you're a working class guy and you just need to have this work for you, I recommend get a VPS server. I do say that. If you're working class guy, you go to office or you go to somewhere else, you work from like 12 hours or 84 hours a day or something like that. You don't have a lot of chance, but you have chance to place a trade and leave a set. Get the VPS server, pay for it, install MT4, sit down by weekend, configure your trade, configure for the one you want to receive in 1 hour time frame, set it out, get a good screenshot that you want to be sending to your Telegram. If you have a private, create yourself a private Telegram channel, because you have Telegram X and normal Telegram. You can have a Telegram X account, create a group there, configure every signal to be coming to that group, or you can configure the signal to come into your phone directly in your own as a MT meter quote ID phone. You can configure it. When the signal comes in, you open your phone with a good alert. You open it, open your small tab or open your phone, cross-check the signal. Yes, it's a signal, but the entry is not yet okay. Or fine, let me wait for like 2 or 3 hours. Let me see what the signal is going to come up. You keep your phone, wait for another 2 or 3 hours, check again. If you confirm the signal, you can pick a trade, set your stop, take profit and stop loss, get out on the market, and let the market run. Let the market go, because you have your full conversion. So as we advance, we know more things. So thank you guys and God bless you. Zaga Tech FX signing off. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. Bye for now.